Hey guys, hi y'all. Hey y'all. Okay, so guys, I know I haven't been around in a while. Yes, I have not. Because why? I have been all over the place. Like all over the place. Okay, guys, and I need to get it together. So I cannot be all over the place. Okay? I need to be in one place. Now, I'm working on that. All right, guys. So, as you see, guys, yes, I have on mittens, guys. Yes, because it is cold, and so you know that's my favorite type of the weather. Not to mention, guys, on Halloween there was a severe weather threat. It did not come, guys. It only was lightning and rain by the time it got to us, and I was so happy, guys. Okay, because you know I hate thunder. What else? Yes, hopefully winter is my favorite season, just as long as it's not like snow and ice and frost and stuff like that. And this is my hair, just natural. Okay, now let's get on with the video, guys. All right, so today's video is going to be called being an ambivert, guys. Okay, I am an ambivert, guys. If you don't know what an ambivert means, guys, it means that you are in between of being an extrovert and an introvert. Now, I don't want to talk about being an extrovert and an introvert too much because I want to do those videos also separately and just give each a chance to redeem themselves, basically, for people that don't know. Okay, so an ambivert is in between. Now, an extrovert is the type of person that probably wants to socialize. It's very bubbly and stuff, you know, a lot. And an introvert is very not so sociable, but sociable. Okay, so understand, because that's where people get things wrong about an introvert. They are sociable, but they have select times when they're sociable. And sometimes they don't care if they have friends or stuff like that sometimes, but they actually do. It's just the way they socialize. So anyway, so ambiverts are in between, you know, like ambivert is in between being an extrovert and an introvert. Extroverts will tell you, yes, I want to go to the party most of the time. Introvert will tell you, I don't know if I want to go to the party, to no, I'm not going to the party. An ambivert will tell you, I don't know, maybe, I might, sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. Okay, so an ambivert is basically, you know, someone that is difficult a little bit. Okay, they come off as being a little rude, but they're not. We're not rude, and in fact we might be some of the best people that you ever met. Well, I know that I would be the best person that someone would ever meet, but that doesn't define being an ambivert, because I'm sure there are some mean ambiverts and there are some sweet ambiverts. Now, the only thing is that people need to get with the fact that we're very undecisive before they say all kinds of stuff about us, such as you're rude, you do this 1 minute and then the next minute you do that. I always say that being an ambivert is sort of like having bipolar, because of the, not all the way, trust me, it's not completely all the way, but an ambivert is somebody that is like on and off. You most likely are never going to hardly ever get yes. You know, if you ask them a question, you're not going to always hear just a plain yes, a plain no. A lot of times an ambivert, you will hear them say, I don't know, maybe, I have to see, let me think about it. Okay, now, I'm a Taurus, okay? That's my sign. And a Taurus is very like a procrastinator, kind of moves slow, you know. And so being that I am also an ambivert, and an ambivert is always undecisive and have to think, and you know, unless something comes along that they just know absolutely that they can say yes, you know, like if someone comes along and asks me, do you want that pita, which is my favorite food, I can tell you, yes, you know, in a second. Do you want that Coke, you know, Coca-Cola that you drink? Then I would be like, yes, you know, because these are things that I love, that I know, that I want. But when you're talking to me on a daily basis and we're discussing something, unless I know for a fact this is how I feel, a lot of times you're going to get me to be like, I don't know. I got to think about it. I'm not making any big decisions unless I go think about it. Sometimes I'm not even going to make little decisions until I go off and think about it. Now, the little ones might make me come to an answer more quicker. And then the bigger ones, you know, it's going to take me some time for days that I would have to go off. And that's just how it is, guys, you know, being an ambivert. Now, I once remember that I told someone that I was an ambivert. They didn't even know what it was. And they started asking me, how do I function in the world? I was not, so please buy that. And that's why I don't really talk to them as much anymore. Okay? Because that's not right to ask someone how do you function in the world. Even though you can ask me anything and I can take anything, I guess I didn't like how it come off, you know. But being an ambivert, you will be on and off. Sometimes you want to socialize, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you want to go to the party, sometimes you don't want to go. It's just you don't know sometimes, you know. You have qualities of being an extrovert. So some days you're all hype up, bubbly, and wanting to socialize, wanting to do this, and just like to no limits, and like it drives you crazy. Okay, and then some days you have down days like you're being an introvert, and you have on those days you're more quiet, peaceful, you know, and don't want to be bothered. Off to yourself. You're not being rude, because that's what people think, but you're not being rude. You know, you just want to be by yourself, and that's just how it works. It's a little difficult, yes, being an ambivert, and it's difficult dealing with an ambivert because you never know what day they're on. Now, if you're an extrovert, you know, okay, so you're extroverted. I know how to deal with you more because I know you're an extrovert. If you're an introvert, you don't know how. Well, you know how, but then an introvert and an ambivert have more qualities in common than an extrovert, because they're kind of similar. Because when you get on your introverted ways, it's just compared more to an introvert. You know, ambivert is compared more to an introvert than an extrovert, because you don't always feel like being an extrovert, such as all bubbly and loud and wild and stuff like that. But when you're introverted, you have your quiet times where you want to be off to yourself. And then as an ambivert, it could switch anytime where you want to be all quiet and be undecisive and things like that. Okay, so being an ambivert, yes, has its side effects. And I mean, I wouldn't wish that anybody be an ambivert, but there are a lot of us out there that are ambiverts. We just don't have one way. There's a lot of ways to us, such as I don't have one way. I have lots of different personalities, and like it's scary sometimes, you know. Someday you can catch me and I'm all quiet for that whole day, and I don't even want to communicate on those days because I don't have an explanation to tell you. I just know some days I just want to be quiet, and I probably wouldn't even talk to anybody, because I guess that's just the quality of being an ambivert, and it's just me with no explanation, really. You don't have to give people an explanation. At least sometimes you can, you know, to be generous, to not make them think they did something wrong or they're upset with you or something like that. And when I do have my other sides of being an extrovert, I want to socialize. Everything excites me. and the world is just so beautiful, and I can see clear in the world, and I can, at that moment, you can tell me anything and I understand, and I'm just so with it, and like I'm just so excited and so hyped up about what you got to say, and I care, like everything matters, and I just want to love you and just hold you and just be happy and express my feelings like a big burst of joy, and then to go down back to your introverted ways another day. Now, when you behave in those ways, people are going to come along, and then they're going to, if you were extrovert yesterday, here's where they could get very confused and then start judging you, because if you felt like the extroverted ways of the big burst of joy and you want to just show them love and be all clingy and just talk to them and keep bothering them and keep texting them and keep doing this and stuff like that, well, the next day they're going to come along and think you're going to be the same way. Now, when you're an ambivert, you're not going to be the same way, because maybe that next day you might be a little more quiet, peaceful, not in the hype up mood or anything, and it's just for no apparent reason. That's just called being an ambivert. Now, yes, that's how it is. So either you're going to accept the person for being an ambivert or you're not, because I had to tell somebody this. Either you're going to accept me being an ambivert or you're not, okay? I told someone that I was an ambivert when describing myself and my personality. I'm getting you aware. I never leave people in the dark. If you want to know about my personality, I'm going to tell you the truth about it. I'm an ambivert, so some days I'm going to be up, some days I'm going to be down, and some days, you're going to be like, oh, okay, well, she's stuck up, she's this, she's that. Which brings me to another video that I would like to talk about also. Okay. That's about being an ambivert, guys. To sum it all up, because the video is going on even longer than I thought. Ambiverts are very intuitive, but I like to say intuitive. They have a high intuition. Also, because they see both sides. Being an extrovert, you see extroverted ways, and you wonder why you're not extroverted like you. Being an introvert, you see introverted ways, and you wonder why you're not being an introvert like you. Other people, you wonder why they're not like you. Being an ambivert, you can see. You come and you calm the extrovert and the introvert down, and you tell them, you don't have to be an extrovert or an introvert. You could be both. Okay? You can be in between. You can have these extroverted days and you can have these introverted days. Okay, guys? That's all. Nothing less about us. Nothing mean about us unless we are a mean ambivert. You can be a mean ambivert, a mean introvert, a mean extrovert. It doesn't matter. That's just how you choose to live your life. Okay? So it's not that the choices that we make is to be rude. It's just because we really don't know and we really want to be careful. An ambivert is a careful person that you probably is not going to get to take a risk, because they want to sit and they want to think about what they have to do. Okay? That's all. If I think of more, I'll come back, because like I said, I really want to get people informed with these mental issues that people have, so they can stop going around judging others when they should be helping. Okay? All right. So I'm going to leave it right there for now, and I will come back and, like I said, and talk about the other ambivert issues if I feel the need, or as much as I feel the need. Okay? You can always get the correct advice over here, because, as I said, I'm a very knowledgeable person, even though I got mental stuff going on, but I am a very knowledgeable person. Okay,